Good morning, everyone. It is January 22nd, 2022. January 22, 2022. My daughter's 23rd birthday. Youngest one. She's 23. Very successful. She has her own business with another friend that she went to school with. Then they both went to the same college in state, both on scholarships, as far as I know. I know about my daughter, but the other one, I think the same thing. And now they're doing amazingly well. 23 years old. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Mm. How great for them. Yes. Right? Something to be proud of as parents. Anyway, when division happens in a really good movement, which has happened, gosh, for thousands and thousands of years, right? Division just happens. People get unhappy about something, and they've got greater ideals, or they have things they want to hang on to that they're not willing to change. Forgetting, for example, that the change from the Old Testament to the New Testament was phenomenal. Still is phenomenal, right? Yes. Sadly, often groups that splinter off from a main body become very extreme, rather than actually follow. Okay, we have different ideals, we're going to go with this and da. It becomes a headbanging with the main body. Yeah, if the main body loses an arm or a leg, you can live with that, right? But how does the just arm or just leg survive? What if you cut the head off? Okay, that's death for everyone. Yes. All right. I find it interesting on how, instead of, if one wants to say, okay, if one has the foundation to be in either group, then there should be some willingness to still work together, or find some common denominators. Because what I find is that when groups start to fight against each other, there's what's going to happen? Yeah. So I always look for guidance in wherever I can get it. I saw a post in a group where I posted a picture of two parents, a beautiful picture. Someone comes to say, yeah, well, okay. The translation wasn't all that great, so it sounded a little weird, but I said, oh. And it comes back and, doesn't have anything good to say at all about two parents because of the children. Oh, wow, look at the kids, how they came out. Right? What are they doing, really? Okay, then. I guess that's why I'm doing this on my daughter's birthday. I have 4 children. They all came out very different, though they all had the same upbringing. Yeah. So, yeah, the parents can build up something really, really beautiful. Something that's very sustainable, right? But once they are gone, or part of them, even just one of them passes away, and the children take over, they can't destroy everything. They can. Absolutely. I remember the house that we moved in Berkeley, California. It was absolutely destroyed by the descendants of someone that in 1918 built a really amazing, beautiful home, right? That God could still work through. Yes? Yeah. Many, many, many years later, 90 years later, and help a family, ours, yes, to stay on the path of restoration. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Yes. So then, actually, the destruction of, the children destroying that house, okay. What if the descendants of the people who built that house would have appreciated it more and kept it and realized what a beautiful inheritance they had gotten, right? Yeah, then God would have found something else for us, right? Yes, that's how God works. But in this case, right, we got to step in to save that house. Yes? Okay. Kind of makes sense? No? So I'm always amazed on how, instead of, if you really believe in something, that you're not willing to restore, right, broken things, that the need is so there to keep, hammering down on it. That's very sad. I also saw in this in a post where salvation, you have to follow, one or the other, and otherwise, it doesn't matter if you don't. Really, you're putting all your eggs in that one basket. I don't think that's what God's asking us to do. I don't think that's what true parents asked us to do. There's only one person I know supposedly that's asking us to do that. Salvation does not happen by attaching yourself to one person on this earth. Salvation happens, and we have these amazing, great people, as there is Jesus, as there's true parents, as there was Mother Teresa, Gandhi. There's many more people out there, right? They've done some amazing things in this world. And people try to tear them down too, right? For one thing or another. Right? Martin Luther King, ooh, yeah. Yes, yeah, we just had his birthday. Great man in many ways. Tried to bring some unity. People abused that too. And then he had, okay, private life issues. Yeah. All right, then we're going to, no. Got to, we have to acknowledge that we're all restoring. We're all still restoring. Salvation happens through your own spiritual growth. And I don't think that happens with slandering and gossiping about someone else. That's not going to happen. That's Satan's work. Or that's the remnants of Satan's work. That was Satan's, the archangel Lucifer's strategy. Right? Yeah? Jealousy. This isn't about uncovering some kind of a truth or this or that. I find that when people have to continuously slander someone else, and I keep repeating myself here, then there's probably something not quite right with what you're doing either. Because you feel the need to justify. You feel the need to constantly find, right, something that then solidifies the foundation that you think you have. But it is by tearing someone else down rather than restoring them. You see? Yes? Anyway, so I found something that it's salvation isn't, now it's not about following one or the other. Yeah? Salvation is how much heart to mind. How has your spirit grown in this world when you go to spirit world? That's all they're going to look at. I guarantee you. Oh, and look at you? No. You, if you if you cannot connect the dots, right, as a child, you can't. You're what, a year, 2 years old, and you'll be giving a drawing, right? Like how do we call a coloring book, and they have all kinds of things in there to color. And a really young child will just doesn't know about the lines, doesn't know about, right, colors, doesn't know what the colors are. This, and will just scribble, right? As they get older, they learn more and more on how to color a drawing according to what is expected. Some will draw it beautiful, but with their own imagination. Oh, so that's wrong? But in any case, it takes growth. It takes growth, learning, in order for a child to get to the point where they can color a page in a coloring book or their own drawings. And they come and you look at them going, oh my gosh, this is really good. Wow. Right? Don't you think God looks at us just like that? What does your drawing look like right now? Where are you in your spiritual growth? And if God looks at that drawing, is he proud of you? Is he? Someone else can't do that drawing for you. God will know as well, right? Yeah. So, can you enter heaven, the kingdom of heaven, without ever really knowing anything about God? Yet you lived a really beautiful life. You took care of your family and your children. Your heart to mind was about kindness and love and sacrifice per se, that you would not kill someone just to save your own life. Just by who you are, maybe what you've learned from your parents, by being connected to the principles of creation and the principles of love without ever knowing God per se. And you created a beautiful life and you were kind to others. Some people think that then you can't enter. Well, you still, because you haven't, you see, you don't get to make that decision. You don't get to judge someone like that. They absolutely will enter the kingdom of heaven with or without the blessing. It's difficult for people to understand the foundations that are being laid by really, really good people in this world. It's difficult for people also to understand that, Jesus will come and he'll separate the good from the bad. This has been going on for a long time. There are people in this world that have an absolutely good heart, a really, really good heart. They raise their families according to that. Does everything always go super hunky-dory? No. Yet it is still there. You see? Yeah. Often these are quite quiet people. Right? They're not out there hollering and screaming around. Yeah. So one can decide one way or another what a good person is, or what salvation is, or how you get into heaven. Yeah. But when it comes down to it, if someone has that kind of, I don't know, are you called to call out people? If you call out people in the way that then you have to put someone else down, you're probably not on the right track. I can tell you that right now. So, I found something in the Divine Principle by Reverend Sun Myung Moon. Oh, it's the old one. Yeah, if people are concerned. I don't care. I mean, this is what I got. This is what I found. Some of them were 99 cents on Amazon.com. I gave a lot of those away. A lot of people have the Divine Principle out there. I've got still a few here. And I like to just pick up each. This is a book I haven't had in my hands in a long time. Oh, this one was supposed to go to a reverend. Oh, he passed away on February 25th, 2016. And guess I had some kind of a connection to him after he passed away. He says, "Do not look for me in heaven, for there is much work to be done in hell." Whoa. Okay. So I came across something here. Again, in John 1:33-34, he confessed, saying, he confessed, "I myself did not know him, but he, God, who sent me to baptize with water, said to me, He on whom you see the Spirit descend and remain, this is who baptizes with the Holy Spirit," Christ. "And I have seen and have borne witness that this is the Son of God." In this way, God directly manifested to John the Baptist that Jesus was the Messiah, and even John himself testified to him as such. While in John 1:23, he said he came with the mission of making straight the way of the Messiah. In addition, he declared in John 3:28 that he was the one who had been sent before the Christ. Therefore, John the Baptist should have known through his own wisdom that he was Elijah. Even if John the Baptist had not realized on his own that he was Elijah, he should have nonetheless declared that he was Elijah in obedience to Jesus' testimony, since he knew Jesus as the Messiah through the testimony from God. And he knew that Jesus bore witness that John was Elijah. We all think that when Jesus comes again, it's all going to go, oh, it's going to have to just happen, again, the way it did before. Yeah, probably not. It's disappointing to see when that one person pointed out on how the children just all failed with true parents. Children, what are they actually doing? Any of them. Except for, well, okay, I'm not going to go there. That's not my interest. But after I read that and saw certain things, going, okay, so what does that tell me? And I wondered, why did True Father put an heir in place? Why? Really, what for? Oh, to keep certain people in check, this and that. Did he ever do that? Did he? Did he ever? When it comes down to it. So I guess he was hoping that at least one of his children would protect their mom properly. Witness to mom, to the mom, on who she actually is. The restoring Eve with the Holy Spirit within her, 100%. And what happened? Must be very, very sad for a True Father to see that. And yet, why are the people like me? Oh, hello. Yes. Joining all these different groups for one reason or another, this, that, sharing my videos, my thoughts about things, isn't about letting you know you're all wrong. It's about uniting. It's about restoring what needs to be restored. And the one thing is, I do believe that True Father did not put one of his children in as an heir so that they can take everything over and then you have to follow them. I mean, hello, come on now. I'm old enough to know that's not true. I didn't follow true parents per se either. I followed their instructions on how to restore, how to restore my family and humankind. I didn't follow them because, they're so 100% right about everything. I didn't do that. I think True Father really believed he could trust his youngest son. I think that his other son, he hoped that he would encourage the youngest son to do the right thing. Sadly, where did it go? We should not disregard directives like being filial to your parents, regardless. So, one can have all kinds of ideas, this and that, but when it comes down to it, if you're honest with yourself, then what are some people doing different out there in helping God's plan to restore humankind? For everyone to have a kind heart. Everyone. Why is that not possible? Then we have to look at ourselves and say, we're continuing, right? To blame, to accuse. What? Because you didn't get the throne? This is so silly. It's silly, and it's always been silly. So, well, anyway, the one person that told us that, have you ever met true parents? Have you ever met true father or true mother? I have. Together in the same room. It's pretty amazing. That's not something that anyone can ever take away from me. Or the conviction that I felt. Oh, okay, done. That's all I needed to see. Because I knew it was the absolute truth. So many years later, people try to tear something down just because they're unhappy with a direction that was taken, needed to be taken, no doubt. And then the extremists fighting this and that, and it just, how anyone can talk about someone and do certain things. No. There's no way you ever get a star stamped on you for that. It's never going to happen. And if you think that if following someone who's broken so many, broken so many heavenly laws, per se, then I'm sorry, it's not, no. You, instead of letting others know that you are not going to get the salvation no matter what, because you're not following this, then you should look at yourself first. You should look at yourself first. See, are you really there? Yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to share today. Elijah, yeah. It's one of those things where people really are, stepping into the footsteps of really, really good people. And sometimes it's just too much for them. So, again, no matter what, if there is disunity in a family going on, then, sometimes it's really bad. It is. What do I consider really bad? Definitely not a mother just saying, well, okay, you're not in, doesn't look like you're in in line with me, your own mother, still needing to finish up what I'm doing here now. So I'm going to have to relieve you because you can't stand in my way. That's very sad when a mother has to do that. Yeah. Very sad. So, but it should always be about unity. It should always be. I've studied this long enough now, and I know that bullet crowns and guns and I don't know what, martial arts, that's a great thing, but it's not to go out there and kill people. Oh, it's to defend yourself. Yeah, I got that. No doubt Barabbas agrees with you. Anywho, just saying, right? It's not that hard to figure out when you are on the right path. It's not that hard to figure out when you need to kind of, oh, okay, I need to get back. I made a detour. I have to get back. And the best thing to do that is, as True Fathers always tells me from Spirit World, just let everyone know. Read the Divine Principle. Right? There's plenty of old copies out there. If you don't like the new one, I don't think it really matters. It takes a long time to understand the Divine Principle, and that's just what it is. So keep studying. Yeah, especially when you have anger and discontent and I don't know what in your heart, and then use one of True Parents' children to vent that anger with, right? Yeah. Oh, there's Maddie. Hi, Maddie. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to share today. God's love and blessings always, and I will talk to you another time.